I think DG Vaishnav College, they had kind of GHG emissions that around 1,000 students coming in public sector would have, public transport would have reduced on that particular day. So a lot of, I also heard about that, the power shut off day that you do. So all of these are part of this. If you're already doing great, but reposition yourself in this direction, and therefore that is going to actually position your college in a much better fashion as well. So these are various other aspects. Innovation Hub we spoke about, the startups and research and innovation. So as part of this, there is one youth co-lab that UNDP has recently launched that is more on National Innovation Challenge that we are partnering with Atal Innovation Mission. Do we have an Atal Innovation Mission here? Okay, you have. Okay, I don't know whether you have communicated this particular thing. The last date is February 2025. This is about enhanced access to opportunities and well-being of person with disabilities and innovation challenge, and UNDP is doing it across. So this is one such idea, but this again directly contributes to SDGs. Not that it has to be driven by someone in Delhi, but each of these can be a local initiative from each one of you. So what are the outcomes that we would have after doing all of this? That is what we have tried to capture here, which is integration of SDG related content to various academic programs which could possibly happen, awareness on localization of global SDG best practices, platform for students to develop leadership and project management skills, research projects on sustainability, on academic knowledge and practical applications, opportunities to connect with professionals, instill sense of global citizenship and responsibility among students, equip students with skills relevant to job market in sustainability and green jobs. Again, I wanted to just go back to what Dr. Srinivasan said. I'm compelled to go back there because he also mentioned about the elections. And an egalitarian society, emancipated society chooses the right leaders, right? And those leaders actually take us to the right path and direction. And all of that happens through leaders that we generate from the colleges. And one of the outcome could be that this would actually lead up to such impact over a period of time. So this is what we are trying to say here. And in all of this, gender inclusivity is a very, very important element. Even when you form the SDG clubs, we should make sure that gender is mainstreamed within the, so we will share you the guidebook that we have created after working with you all, for you all to take it up when you actually do that. So these are various activities that we have listed down. Not sure this is of interest to any of you, but we can talk about it as we discuss now. We have actually put certain set of activities, each goals that the campus or the students or the faculties can do to nurture SDGs within their campus. So this is where we thank you. And this is in a nutshell what we are aiming to create, an SDG conscious campus and global citizenship amongst young leaders of our state. And we are here, I mean that notification or announcement would come sooner, and we'll be happy to assist colleges who are interested to adopt such practices. This particular scheme that is going to come is not linked to any funding. So I wanted to just make that expectation very clear. But whatever, because all these colleges, you have your NCCs, NSS and several other aspects, all that is needed is reposition yourself in these directions to make it work. So, of course, we are advocating, I don't want to say this, but I'm saying now that I'm saying, is that we are advocating with government to have certain financial aid as well. But I'm not sure whether that's going to work. Yeah, so that is where we stand. Thank you all.
So good afternoon. So two questions. One is with regard to the SDG, with regards to gender equality. Is there any, program which is coming under SDG to include the third gender as well, like, male, female, and is there like also like physically challenged, and we are talking about, we are giving some kind of inclusiveness to them in all parts of the program, the 17 goals. So similarly, is there any activities for transgender?
Transgender.
Yeah, like separate toilets for them, separate bus transport, like them a separate place to sit. Is there any way of accommodation in the SDG? That's one question. And second question regarding funding, I think when we implement this, automatically UGC and NACA is going to provide us huge amount of funds directly. So I think it's linked directly with funding, not from maybe government side, but from UGC and others. If we need to get funding, we need to, go with some kind of regulations, right?
Yeah. So the first question, see, one of the things that we are doing is wherever the schemes are there, there is now invariably all schemes for their beneficiaries, you have an indicator of the number of transgenders impacted for all the schemes, be it MGNREGA or non-Mudalvan or any other schemes, or the Pudumai Pen, or not Pudumai Pen, the Vidiyal Thedi Payanam and all of that. So in all of this, there is a new indicator that is now added for the number of transgenders impacted. So, but all of these schemes and their indicators find its place in some of the SDGs. That could be in income inequality, it could be in decent work and economic growth, where the jobs, the number of jobs created, the number of skills development given, or the education given. In all of these places, that indicator is something non-negotiable now. It is actually added there. So therefore, it has to be captured. Now, whether the programs themselves or the schemes themselves target transgenders to make it work is a question. And that is something we think the indicators will drive. If the indicators say 0 this year and that impacts our performance, then naturally that particular department would be questioned, and therefore the department would initiate certain initiatives to make it work. So that is how we approach. The second question, you are talking about UGC funding and all of that, right? So, we are not, we can't speak on their behalf. But the very reason why I think SDGs had been kept as part of your NASE or NIRF in all these places is to say that you don't need external funding to be responsible. You need to actually have certain aspects ingrained within the character of your institution. And that is what is being assessed by NASE or NIRF or UGC of various framework that is there. So it will be oxymoron to ask a funding directly back to that. Yeah. So hope it answers your question.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Like looking at the graph of India, it really feels great to see Tamil Nadu being a state which has been the front runner in following the SDG goals. But on the other hand, like it's really pathetic to see other states like Bihar or some other states, they've achieved a lot, but still we are at the stage of front runners. We are yet to achieve. And we know there are 17 principles which we try to follow. But I just want to know, like, in which particular area or what are the areas we need to like work on it so that we can be in an achieved position.
Achiever position.
Yeah, like we know the 17 principles, and like most of the states are working on the 17 principles. And particularly for Tamil Nadu, we have been doing this for several years. But still we are in the front runner stage. So what is that one particular area, or what are the areas we need to focus so that we can move to the achieved level?
Yeah. So we are, if you look at, if you see here, achiever is 100, right? Now, where do we stand as Tamil Nadu score? We are standing at 76. 76 average of all the goals. Of that, of the 17 goals, one goal which is affordable and clean energy, where we have achieved 100. Okay, all the rest of the goals, of course, no poverty, we have achieved 93 of 93, 94 somewhere we have achieved. Okay, no poverty, maybe next year we may be 100, we may achieve. So therefore, we can expect two goals which we don't have the Tamil Nadu's one, but that is this is Tamil Nadu's thing, right? So here you can actually see the national average and what Tamil Nadu had achieved as well, the state. So 2023-24, what is the score in bracket you can see. In no poverty we are 92, but zero hunger we are only 75. You can see that, right? So there are indicators, there are around close to 12 indicators there in no hunger. And we need to work on each of that. And so the respective departments, academic institutions like yours, civil society organization, private sector, individuals like us, all of this will contribute to that particular achievement. From 75, we have another 25 points to achieve to become an achiever, right? Therefore, we will continue to be a front runner and not an achiever. So that is why we are saying out of the 17 goals, we can chest them ourselves and say that we have achieved in 2 goals, but we have another 15 goals that we need to work hard to achieve the goals. And that we have just 5 years to go. Now, what would happen if we are not achieving it? Heaven is not going to fall, right? Nothing is going to happen. But the only thing is we would have not given justice to the people, to the planet, to the well-being of those individuals. And we are delaying that God knows how many years. So can we actually do it faster is the whole question. So that is where it is. So we may have achieved 2, but another 15 goals to go. Yeah. Any other questions you have? If no questions, then thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now have the MAP SDG workshop, Global Goals, Local Actions, led by Mr. N. Henry Maris, Secretary of Nazareth College of Arts and Science, CEO of mapsdg.com, a SaaS platform that maps SDGs. This interactive session will explore practical tools and strategies for integrating SDGs into educational system. Please join me in welcoming Mr. N. Henry Maris and the team.
That was a wonderful presentation, sir. I think we might have the same slides, so I would run few slides. I will not go through in detail.
Check. Is it okay?
okay if we could do a small activity? When I say one, I want everyone to stand. When I say two, I want you all to sit. Is it okay? Thank you. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm just going to give you a kind of outlook on what is the relevance of SDG in higher education. The first session was little different. Second session more focused on SDGs and what is the relevance for SDGs in terms of state. Now, let's come to, as a higher education institution, how does it relate to us? So, I might skip few slides because it might be the same what Dr. Bala has also said, and I don't want to also repeat it. So, today, I would love to say about what is an overview of SDGs, what is the relevance of SDG for higher education and mapping higher education institution to SDGs. I think the third one is really the key thing for today, how we can map the things that we do to SDGs. Now, UN was just established in 1945, and they have certain key areas or domain where they also work, out of which SDG also one of the key areas they also work. Now, it is a mandate from the UN, United Nations. We have 17 goals, 169 targets, and 231 indicators when you look at it in a global way. Of course, for India, I think we have around 200 and odd indicators. For state, we have 115. Now I think it is 350 plus indicators now. It is an ambitious goal because since 2015, we've been trying to achieve. Now it's 10 years actually gone, and we are still, there are so many colleges still not aware of what is SDG, and we are really running short of time. And one such thing is where if you could have SDG clubs in every institution, I think that would be a fantastic move where every institution create champions of SDGs. Now, I'm just going to skip this slide because you have also seen this. Now, why SDG matter to higher education institutions? Now, UN has created a policy and then the framework adopted by the country-wise, and if it has to cascade if the policy has to cascade to the grassroots, and we sit in a middle layer, higher education an institution, and we are accountable to cascade the policy into the grassroots. That's one of the key areas why it is very, very relevant to us. Number 2 is provide knowledge and solution to implement SDGs. Every time a policy is made, only higher education institution can create it as a research project and take the challenges, work on the grassroots, and take the case, use cases and advocate the same to the policy makers so there is change in the policy. Third one is to create SDG champions. And then the fourth one is to be more socially relevant and responsible institution. Now, corporates have got something called CSR. educational institutions need to have similar to that. It's college social responsibility also. To be more realistic, and whatever we do has to be connected to the community. It would open up a lot of partnership. Today, we have wonderful people where we can partner with UNDP and see how we can associate ourselves with them and see if we could create a change within the community. One of the slides which I saw is this: SDGs should be localized. These goals, these targets, these indicators are the global ones. But as long as we cascade these goals, targets, and indicators to the local, it cannot be a model where we can also practice. Above all, to align ourselves with state, federal government to achieve the commitment that our country has made to the UN. Now, let me just decode only one goal which is really important to us. It's called SDG 4.0, which is quality education. It has got 10 targets and 12 indicators. Start with 4.1 to 4.7 and 4.A, 4.B, and 4.C. It covers school education, college education, infrastructure, funding, teacher quality. 4.1, 4.2 talks about the school education, completely for the school, for the children. And then the rest is for higher education industry. So the importance is given more for higher education industry rather than the school education. Now, higher education institution can be divided into 4 pillars or 4 domain or 4 impact areas. Okay. Number 1 is the teaching learning. We all have been going through NAC, NRF, QS ranking, and every ranking, everything. We all talk about the teaching learning process, right? So when it comes to any higher education institution, it is teaching learning process, research, partnership, and institutional operation and governance. Any activity that happens in an institution can come into one of these 4. Am I right? Now, how do we map these pillars to SDGs is the biggest question that we have. We saw about SDGs and things that we can do, but most of the colleges who have come here or who are here, they all are doing a lot of work on the grassroots. For example, tree sampling, skill development, a lot of activities, all the colleges are now doing it. But do we map it? Do we map it to the relevant goal? That's a question that I just wanted to also leave here. Now, how does institution map now? For example, if I'm going to do a workshop in college, okay, I tell them that I'm going to create an awareness, on SDG. So what I will do is I will create a poster like this, and I will attach 4.7. Because 4.7 talks about knowledge on sustainable education. So I am giving an awareness on SDG. So I will attach this as a tagline, and I will tell them that yes, I'm doing for SDG. But is it what exactly? How do we quantify this? How much of knowledge which I have given? So the biggest challenge for us now is to quantify. For example, if I do a tree sapling, 1,000 trees which I want to do it, how do we quantify what goal does it reflect? What percentage of goal does it cover? Do we have a system to record, to see it in a graph? Oh, okay, this last 6 months or last 1 year, I've done so much. There is no system like that. Now, what does in teaching learning happen? Number one is map SDG in existing curriculum design. Some of us are autonomous, some of us are affiliated. The curriculum that we have when we teach, do we bring SDG as a part of it? That's the first question. How do I quantify when I teach that curriculum? How do I quantify what goal coverage that I give for that particular SDG goal and the delivery which I have? How do I quantify? We all have a lot of extension activities we do in our colleges. Every college does, I think, at least minimum 100 per semester or per year. Do we attach them to SDG goals? Can we create one course as a basic course where it could be mandatory for all the students to go through that course, where there is a credit given by the university, or it could be autonomous, like an institution? It can be compulsory course, so that we are equipping the students with the knowledge of SDG. Like SDG Club, we can create one curriculum that would be a compulsory component for you to get over this 3-year or 4-year of education. Now, research is the next key component in any higher education institution. Now, every research, it has to be mapped to SDG goals. Knowingly or unknowingly, we have been doing a lot of research papers and publishing it, but we have not mapped it to what goal that it would. So that's one thing which we would like to do it. Number two is create challenges in implementing SDGs as research projects. Now, there are different methods of creating problem statements. From SDG targets or goals, we can create problem statement, convert it into as a research, and if we could localize it, and it would be fantastic. I'm happy to say that last year we did around 24 projects on SDGs alone for the local community which we did. I think we also have it as a SDG book, right? Is it also online? If they can also download, they can. Okay, yeah. So if we could create problem statement that would addresses all these goals, it will be good. Partnership is, we have different stakeholders. We need to connect with them. Corporates has got huge funding, but they don't know where to spend, how to spend. They are looking for institutions or collaborators where they would be in a position to share their funding. The CSR is a must. If you don't do it in 2 years, there is a fine. So corporate is looking for institutions or NGOs where they wanted to partner and do it. So it's a great opportunity for us to tap that in funding. NGOs, they are looking for implementing partners. I'm not sure if you had some time to visit one of our small projects down. It's called Idinamavadi projects, where we have 70 sewing machines. Around 35 people are working. It was totally funded by NGO. They gave us all the machines for us. All that we have to do is to connect with the community, do the project for them. Finally, the leadership is very important in any higher education institution. I think that's the one which is going to create policies and framework for institutions so that there is accountability in every higher education like an institution to carry the work. Now, I wanted to put 8 petals here. If we could map these 8 petals into SDGs, I'm sure every higher education institution would be complete in the sense that they are able to find where they stand. As Sir said, the state needs data from the district, and then the districts need data from the block. The block needs data from the neighborhood or the communities. And we are the communities here. We are supposed to create our own SDG impact data so that that can reflect to the global level. So I don't want to go through one by one. I will show you in a demo how academic courses, the present academic courses can be mapped, and projects can be also mapped. Institutional projects can be mapped, research can be mapped, policy also can be mapped, partnership, and everything can be mapped. Now, can I request Dr. Mary Angeline to do this small activity where we would first understand how to start mapping, because we are not sure of how do we map this in a present curriculum. I'm teaching IT or I'm teaching BBA. How do I map in my subject? So I just wanted to do a small activity here because I think activity would be better instead of going through the demo. Yeah.
So very good afternoon. This is Dr. Angeline, and I'm happy to anchor this activity for you. This is the activity that we are going to have, activity 1. That is, you are going to find the keywords in SDG targets and indicators. So I would request Tensilin to distribute the SDG goals. So we can form groups, 10 in one group. Can you group yourself? These 2 rows, we can form a group. You might have to move from your chairs.
Just 2 rows like that, and then 2 rows like
Yes,
that, and then
2
2
rows.
rows like that. So
You can just stand up and group yourself. It would be easy for you. Just 2 minutes. You can distribute. You can distribute 2 goals to each group. Tensilin. I request you to please lift your chairs. Do not drag it. Thank you. So kindly identify your group. Group 1 here. Can I have a presenter here? Find yourself a leader in your group. Yes, good. Group 2. Is this your group? Kindly identify the leader for your group. Group 3. 3, 4. Oh, that's a very big group. 5. The 5 group seems to be really big, I think so. You need to break up into 2 groups. Now I'm going to divide you. Please form a smaller group, please. Smaller group. It would be interesting. See, otherwise you will not be participating and learning. Thank you. You can have 2 goals. The same goal? This is what is goal number 1. This is? Goal 2. 2 goal. You are having 2 goals. Please make a note of your goals, each group. The first activity goes like this. Sir, can I have the slide? Slide? Activity, slide. Yeah, okay, those groups. Over group, okay. So you have your goal here. So listen to me. Can I have your attention? Thank you. Can you hear me? So when you browse for any information, you give a keyword, right? It's the same. So you identify the keywords that you understand from these goals. The first activity is identify the keywords that you understand from this goal. Underline the keywords, both indicators and targets, as many as possible, but there is an activity sheet behind wherein you have to make a note. Do you see the sheet? In the sheet, Terima? Yeah, okay. Can you see the sheet? தெரியுதா பார்க்க முடியுதா அந்த ஷீட்? நான் மேலே வரேன், நான் தெரிய மாட்டேன். Can you see the sheet? Sir ku kudunga. Sorry. Ma'am, kindly take part in this activity. Terida. So, for example, I have here conserve, goal number 14. Conserve and sustainably use the oceans, sea and marine resources for sustainable development. The keyword that I would pick up here is marine population. Okay? You underline that keyword. So there are many keywords that reflect the goal. So kindly underline the keywords. And in the last page, நீங்க கவனிச்சாதான் புரியும் உங்களுக்கு. Last pageல 10 keyword மட்டும் எழுதுங்க. Write 10 keywords with your group member's name. Got it? Understood? Which group is not understanding? Group 1? Puridida? Busy underlining the keywords. எல்லாத்துக்கு ரெண்டு கொடுங்க. So you have 2 goals, right? என்கிட்ட இருக்கு, வேணா எடுத்துக்கோங்க if you don't have. Do you need an example? Help is here? No, wonderful, good to know that. What? Okay. One, yeah. Sorry, yes. Yeah, from here, you have to take the keywords only from the targets and indicators. No, from the paper that is provided. For example, you have maternal mortality, that's on the first line, that is one of your keyword. Help is here. உங்களுக்கு எது எடுத்திருக்கீங்க? உங்களோடது ஓகே. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கீவேர்டு பாருங்க, equitable access, affordable drinking water. So equitable access, affordable drinking water போட்டுன்னு இப்போ research, if you put it in your browser, you will get all the papers or details related. That is your keyword. What you search or browse is your keyword. இதிலேருந்து 10 எடுத்து மட்டும் இங்கே போடுங்க. Only 10. ஒவ்வொரு டார்கெட்டில் on the whole you can select 10 and you can write it behind. Got it? நசரத்துக்கு டவுட்டே வரக்கூடாது, 1 year பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கீங்க. Any doubt here? No? நசரத்து கேட்க மாட்டேன் டவுட்டு. Help here? You're comfortable? Yeah, good. Sustainable, resilient infrastructure, அதெல்லாம் keywords. Okay, once you have identified the keyword and written the keyword, we go to the next activity. If you are finished, please put up your hands. I would request Tencelin
No,
to
no.
find out
I think
if they have completed. Anju, at
few
least
need
Anju
some
mudichirunga,
clarification.
ஏன்னா they're having a very short
no,
time.
few need some clarification. I think so. That's
You
what.
have done, you're done.
Did you?
சொல்லியாச்சு. They don't need it seems.
Okay.
At least 5. How many groups have completed 5 keywords? 4. Okay, one more. Really good. 6. Super. What happened to this group? How many have you completed? Slow. அஞ்சு முடிச்சிட்டீங்களான்னு பாருங்க எல்லாத்துலயும் so that we can go to he wants. Okay, okay. சரி அலமேல அது போதும் வாங்க சிலபஸ் உங்ககிட்ட இருக்குல்ல ஓகே இது டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணணும் இது கேட்கும்போது பிரிச்சுக்கோங்க பிஎடுக்கு மட்டும் கொடுக்க வேணாம் அவங்க சிலபஸ் வச்சுருக்கு இது வச்சுக்கோங்க ஸோ are we done here? Group 1, have you finished 5? Thank you. Group 2? Group 3? 3? Anju? Group 4? Group 5? Done? 5? Group 6? 7? Oh, that's great. Next group? Sindhuja? Professor Bhuvan? Is your group completed? Anju minimum eduthukonga. Okay, now I would request Mrs. Alamelu to distribute the syllabus. So, commerce, where do we have commerce teachers? Teachers who teach commerce, social work, computer science. Computer science. So, we can give computer science to this group. Commerce, B.Ed க்கு வேணாம். Social work,
We have commerce.
social work அங்க கொடுங்க. இவங்களுக்கு ஒன்று கொடுங்க. அங்க கொடுங்க. அவங்க வச்சிருக்காங்க. That's what I said. They have. Okay. Now can I have your attention please? You need to listen to me. Okay? Thank you so much. If you have done 5 keywords, it's fine. Wonderful. The second activity is now you have your syllabus with you. Okay? And the syllabus, the keyword that you have underlined in the goal, just see if it is matching or somewhat related to that. You need to underline that now. So you're mapping the words in the goal with your syllabus. It not be the same word, but it can relate to it. Okay? It can relate to it. So அஞ்சு பண்ணுங்க போதும். Only 5. Take 5. இங்கே நல்லா தெரியும். So you get 7 minutes for this. ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் எல்லாம் கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க. ஸோ இது என்னோட பேப்பர். என்னோட பேப்பரோட பாருங்க எஸ்டிஜி கவரேஜ். என்னோட பேப்பர் ஆப்ஜெக்டிவ்ஸ் எல்லாமே யூ ஷுட் கோ அப். கேன் யூ கோ அப் மேலே வாங்க. எல்லாமே கவர் ஆயிடுது. இப்போ அவசியம் கிடையாது. இது it can AI will generate, but I can also choose. If see the AI is generating the right word. கண்டிப்பா இப்போ காட்ட பாருங்க. இப்போ இன்னும் ஒரு லாஸ்ட் ஒரு ஆக்டிவிட்டி இருக்கு. அது குவான்டிஃபைங். அது மட்டும் குவான்டிஃபை வந்து he will take over. So here yeah இதில் தான் நம்ம வந்து பாயிண்ட்ஸ் கொடுக்க போகிறோம். நீங்கள் சொல்கிற மெட்ரிக்ஸ் இதில் தான் வரும். யூ வர் டெல்லிங் ஓகே. Okay, are we done? Any doubts here? You have a doubt? Okay. It can be something related to it, or how you apply it also. For computer science, if you have a programming, how you apply for that particular goal also. The solution that you find for the particular problem, it can be AI generated, or it can be any project or any programming that you do. Okay. Okay, are we done with 5? So we have mapped 5 keywords in the goal. Can I have your attention? Student இருக்கிறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம்தான். இப்போ தெரியுது எல்லாத்துக்கும் இல்லை? How difficult it is for us to be students. When we stand on the other side, we expect அமைதியாக இரு, சீக்கிரம் செய்யுன்னு சொல்கிறோம். இப்போ நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட் ஆகும்போது ரொம்ப டஃப்பாக இருக்கு. Silence please. Thank you. Thank you. So we have 5 keywords from the goals. We have mapped it to the curriculum, 5 keywords. It need not be the same, but it can be related to it, or it can be a solution to that problem also. That's fine. Now we go to the third step, wherein we quantify it. Now I request the secretary, Henry Morris, to take over the session, please.
Okay, thank you. What you did is to first understand SDG goals. What are the key search terms, right? Then the second activity was how to relate those key search terms to curriculum. Okay, now you were able to relate. Some of you are not able to do it because it need not also fit into the same goal. It could be some other goal also, right? So now how do we just quantify it? Now the way that we deliver the lecture, it could be different methodologies that we also use. It could be, we could have a scale 1 to 5. Okay? It could be just teaching chalk and talk, or it could be some guest lecture, or it could be projects or some field work, activity based. So with that, we can grade it that I am going to cover this particular topic in the best possible way. So 1 to 5, if we could give it, then every semester I give out a survey form to all of you and do that so that you can do that for every subject that you teach. Take that survey form, go to this package, what is the package, that SPSS package, put it there and get everything done. Take a graph. It is so tedious, right? Really tedious to do it every semester. So that is why we have created a small tool that would be helpful for every higher education institution, that would simplify this entire process into a one, just by a click, you will know. Suppose if you're still not aware of what goal should I map, there is an AI assist that would give you a suggestion. இருக்கு அதெல்லாம் இருக்கே. Yeah. So that will give you a AI suggestion also, that you can map your curriculum to these goals. What? Okay, இது மட்டும் விட்டுரு, அது இருக்கட்டும்.
ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்ண வேண்டாம்.
It's getting hanged. Okay, so I'm just going to show one example of how you can map your curriculum through this tool. Okay? Suppose I have this topic called managerial economics. Assume that I am in this platform. I have to add the course outcome and course objective. Okay, then I go here. Okay, I add unit wise what topic which I'm going to take it, and I just have to use this simple AI button. If I click this, it will search. This topic is going to relate to certain SDGs. Okay? Now, I'm just going to click it. Now this is live. I'm showing it live. If you see it, it is giving me a suggestion that goal number 8 and goal number 9. Okay? So, if I click this, it will also trying to give you which target also. Okay? Now, this is a target which I'm going to now choose. And this is 8. Okay, now I will choose goal number 9. Target number 9.3. Okay? Now, what I have done is, I've just indexed it. That my topic is going to relate to these are the 2 goals. Now, the methodology that I teach, I'll have to grade it to 1 to 5. Okay. Okay. 1 to 5, right? So what I do is, okay, now it says, this is my curriculum. The first 3 lines are my curriculum. And these are the search terms, the first exercise that you did. Finding the search terms in every goal. These are the search terms for this particular goal. And this is the curriculum. Now, I need to map it to what level, what extent I teach. Okay? For example, I teach this with field work. You can change it as per the college. You can have your own set of methodologies also. Okay? And I save this, automatically the graph would change. Okay? For example, I go to the other goal, and I also use assessment mandatory. This is, you can change it as per your institution wants. Okay? So this will automatically change. So every subject, I can map it to SDG goals. Are you able to get my point? We don't need complicated survey forms, SPSS package, do every semester, allot one faculty members to do this. You don't need anything. It's so simple. Upload the curriculum. Curriculum, exactly. Now, the second important thing in higher education is research. Okay? Let me just show you research. Okay? Now, research, I will upload a research either with the DOI or manually. Okay? Okay, I'll just. Okay, now I need the keywords. Every research will have certain keywords, right? I will copy her research and I'll see if I could do that. Okay? So. இருக்கு it is there. டாக்குமெண்ட் அப்லோட் பண்ணலாம். Okay, now I've just uploaded one document. I've just added the detail. Okay, now if I click it, I can upload this as attachment. Okay, I'm going to upload this as okay. Now, I've also uploaded the entire research article what she has written a year back. Okay, let's see how it could be done. So, I'm going to use this AI, ask AI to analyze the document which I've also uploaded. Choose the document and it will analyze and give me a suggestion on different SDGs that could be mapped to her research. Sometimes AI takes a little more time. Maybe she has done so much of research that it is trying to understand. After lunch, it is slow. Speed of the network. Okay, it is throwing me list of SDGs. It is attaching. It is attaching 3, 8, 3, 9, 10. Okay, now I can map this. Okay, now I would like to understand the science behind why it is mapping that. Okay, I will ask him to show the science behind. It will show the science behind it. Okay, so I would save this. It is giving me the beautiful coverage of my research paper. Are you able to get my point, sir? Okay, why do we need the science? Because after a year, when we wanted to create a sustainability document for the year 2024, the AI will pick details from here and give you a complete report for 400 pages. You don't have to sit and keep doing it. It will give you a complete report. I can go one after the other. There are a lot of features. I don't want to take more time. Okay. Now, institutional initiatives, okay. Now, a lot of colleges, when we go, they say, sir, enna projects pannanum sir engalukku theriyala appdin solranga. SDG goal ku against what projects sir naanga engalal pandrathu appdin kekranga. So what we thought, we would ask AI. Let the AI tell us what projects we can do it, okay. So I'm just going to ask AI to spark a new project, okay. But I would give what SDG goal, okay. Now I'm asking this to give me SDG goal 2 and 4, okay. I'm just trying to choose 2 and 4. Give me a event, okay, so that I can conduct this event in my college, okay. Generate suggestion. So AI will give me a suggestion on this. Okay, now it is giving me the suggestion based on goal number 2 and goal number 4. Okay, suppose I'm not happy with this suggestion. I want a new suggestion. I think I can't do this in my college. So let me ask another suggestion now. It will give another suggestion. Okay? It is now giving me a suggestion called community supported educational gardens. Now when I feel that, oh, okay, I think I can do this, I will save it. Okay, now this is the activity, this is the one event which I want to do for this semester. Now I can go here, click it, and for example, under this event, what activity should I do? Even that if I don't know, I'll ask AI. AI will also give me that activity also. Okay? It is giving me an activity which is covering 2. Okay? So I will save this. Okay, now this is where the metrics comes. Localizing the targets and metric. Okay. Now if I do this project, I will allow food and nutrition. I think some of you from that department. If you do a project on this, so you need to have a local metric for that. Okay. Now, if I give a number, platform has got certain metric which we have derived from the UN. Now, I think if we could have a chat, we will also derive from the state also. So that we'll put it here. So it is easy for institution to relate it to them. Okay. Now, people gain access to adequate nutrition. Okay. Now I'll click this. It will give a number here. Now this is your metric from your locality, what target that you are trying to achieve. This is for the global. Okay. Suppose I wanted to achieve 200 people and I'm able to achieve only 165. Okay. It will take, based on normalization principle, it will calculate and give you. As you start keep doing lot of projects, and end of this semester, you will know what are the projects that you have done, what goal you have achieved, and overall, dashboard will give you what courses. தெரியலையா? இவ்வளவுதான் பண்ண முடியும். I'm little slow in technology. I need someone to come and help me. Okay, அவ்வளவுதான். That's it. Almost over. So it will give you a page on every goal, your courses, how many courses addresses your goal, projects, initiatives, activity, research, policies, everything will also come here. And this page can be customized and you can add it in your website. You can add it in your college website, integrate it with your college website. Okay? I know I've taken a lot of your time. Thank you so much for patiently sitting and also listening. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Sir, anybody wants to ask me something? Any questions? That's tomorrow, sir. Okay. NAC has got a new system, like a binary system. Okay. For NAC, we sit and prepare for hours together. இவங்கெல்லாம் நைட்டு 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock வரைக்கும் உட்காந்து ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறாங்க NAC-க்குன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. I think all of you would be also doing it, right? And we don't have proper document. We run here and there, try to create something and do it. But when you have it like this, for NAC, you just have to extract the details that you want. And now, recently, NIRF has created a new category called SDG institutions. NIRF has created a new category called SDG institutions. Okay? There are a lot of points where we have to also address. Now, this one is under MEP stage, minimum viable product stage. As days go, it will become a established product, and where if we could have the support, we could combine it with the state metrics, so that it will be easy for all of us to really map. Okay? Any other questions there? Okay, thank you so much, and have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your engaging workshop. Up next, we have a session on best practices, sharing up higher education institution. Let's hear the innovative ideas and experiences that will inspire us all.
Check. ஒரு நிமிஷம் உட்காருங்க சார். So we will distribute just one. We will just distribute a proposal for partnership joint SDG research and community program. We have a Nazareth SDG Transformation Center on the third floor. You are welcome to visit it, and kindly fill up this form if you are interested. So I will just distribute it, one for each college. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all for your active participation throughout the day. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey towards a sustainable future throughout our education.
Participants, kindly wait. You will be given a feedback form. Kindly fill the form, and tea will be served on the lobby. You can take up the tea, and there is a transportation which is available up to Avadi. If you would like to take the transportation, kindly take the transportation up to Avadi. And those who are staying in the hotel, so you also have a transportation. So if you can kindly wait and fill the feedback form, it will be nice. Alamelu.